Commissar, did you see what we put on the new Superstore?
Howdy, Command. No, I hadn't seen it yet.
We have a new cross-promotion for Killzone 2, with a brand new assault rifle and a completely different unique armor passive.
Well, hot dang, that sounds great. Let me check it real quick. Command, what the hell is this? Why are these new items so expensive? And it's on the Superstore? Shouldn't this just be a new war bond?
It's called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. And we found it's the best way to get more money out of our Helldivers.
FOMO, huh? I got a better four-letter acronym for you, Command.
What's that?
FAFO.
Wait, what's this? Oh damn it, they just gave us 2 new weapons and a free armor set. Well, now I feel like a jerk.
The Illuminate are stepping up their attacks on our galaxy. Meridia's looking mighty suspect, and Command is showering us in new weapons. Something tells me a boss fight's coming. My name is Commissar Kai, and today we're going to be looking at 3 team play synergies that make fighting the squids much easier. We'll need to work together, both as a collective and as individual squads if we want to maintain our recent chain of victories. So let's dive into some new team play synergies for the squids.
Oh, my toes! Oh, we should run. We should run. We should run. We should run.
Oh, run away! No! Okay.
The Illuminate are probably the easiest faction in the game right now, but that doesn't mean they won't get a whole lot harder in the coming weeks. To prepare for whatever the squids ink our way, we'll want to understand which weapons, stratagems, and armor passives work best together, both within our loadouts and across our squad. Our first synergy is exceedingly simple, but potent in its simplicity, and that's pairing the siege-ready armor passive with any high fire rate light pen primary weapon. Before the Omens of Tyranny update, SMGs, assault rifles, and other light armor penetrating weapons struggled to keep up with more meta options for primaries, because both the bots and bugs have tons of medium armored enemies that are resistant to most of these primaries. This bias for medium penetrating weapons encouraged a meta around them, since dumping a significant portion of your ammo into a single Devastator or Brood Alpha Commander was not the most efficient means of spreading liberation. But against the Illuminate, these types of weapons have finally found their niche, especially when paired with the Siege Ready passive. This passive boosts the ammo reserves of your primary weapons and increases their reload speed by 20%. It also, whether intentional or not, provides the same benefit to your reserve ammo for all support weapons which do not require a backpack slot.
Yeah, I've got 4 mags for the grenade launcher right now, which is really nice.
But it doesn't affect their reload speed. So your machine guns, railguns, grenade launchers, flamers, and bug spray all receive the benefit to their spare ammo, making going without a supply pack when using these weapons significantly less painful. The extra reload speed on your primary weapons also enables most of the SMGs and assault rifles to reload fast enough to keep up near continuous fire on the enemies of humanity, significantly improving their effectiveness on the battlefield. Against the Illuminate in particular, having extra ammo and extra reload speed on your primary and extra ammo for your support weapon makes a huge difference. As you can see, I'm able to continuously pour fire into this horde of former voters, covering my teammates and giving us room to breathe between overseer spawns. The main threat of the Illuminate currently is being unable to take clear shots at their overseers and harvesters when you're surrounded by the voteless. So taking Siege Ready paired with a primary like the Breaker Spray and Pray, R63 Diligence, or the new STA-11 SMG is going to give you and your squad more room to breathe, while also giving you a reliable method for stripping the shields off of harvesters and warp ships. Oftentimes, I find myself foregoing any real form of anti-armor against the squids. So being able to enable my teammates with the recoilless rifle to drop a harvester by stripping its shields is both an effective strategy and a good way to facilitate team play.
Did somebody get the shield from the
harvester
gone?
Yeah. I'm shooting it. It's down.
It's down.
Thank you.
Nice shot.
I'm gonna clear.
If my team notices that I'm using my primary to strip the shields off the big targets and keep the streets clear of the alien protesters, then they'll be more likely to want to return the favor by sniping out those overseers and tackling the harvesters for me. A lot of Helldivers seem to pick primaries that focus on overseers, since they are a very noticeable threat and can get bad if they stack up. But light pen primaries paired with the Siege Ready passive lets you have the ammo to fully clear hordes, take down the occasional overseer, and strip the shields off those big targets, making life much easier for you and your teammates. In the previous Galactic War, the tougher and more elite enemies of the squids mostly came equipped with some form of a shield. So taking the Siege Ready passive and pairing it with a high fire rate primary is going to remain a strong combination, even as we see more of the squid roster trickle in. I anticipate many Helldiver squads wanting at least one trooper dedicated to stripping shields quickly to enable their heavy-hitting friends by softening up those hard targets and keeping the field clear of voteless. While this pairing ain't ideal for clearing out overseers, it can still put in a lot of work against them for your team by rapidly stripping them of their ablative armor. For those of you that don't know yet, squid armor is unique among our enemies since it will always block 80% of the damage from the first hit until it breaks. This is why it takes 2 impact grenades to blow up an overseer despite them having enough health to die in one. But you can sometimes kill them with just one G6 frag grenade. The reason being is that their armor absorbs nearly all the blast damage on the first hit, but it will blow off their armor plates, enabling the shrapnel from the G6 frag to finish off the squishy bits underneath. By focusing fire with our squad mates, we'll be able to quickly dispatch groups of overseers since our high fire rate primaries can shred those ablative plates off, letting our team's follow-up shots land home. But for a more concrete answer to these enemy types, we'll want to pair this primary up with a hard-hitting support option like the AMR to provide additional overwatch for our squad, or the grenade launcher if we want to layer on the horde clear. Don't be afraid to pick a role like this and hang around your teammates. It's okay to specialize your loadout, especially against the squids, since their roster is currently so limited. Specializing the tools you take to fulfill a specific job is going to help you be a better teammate by narrowing down your focus. When we can focus on a particular task, it takes a lot of the mental load off of our playstyle while still being an enormous help to our team. So give this pairing a try and see how many voteless bodies you can stack on the streets of our colonies. They won't be ready for just how many bullets you can throw down range. If you like laying round after round into the enemies of humanity, then consider liking the video. That one click is the best way to support the channel and manage democracy by spreading the good word of teamwork and cooperation to the rest of the fleet. If you find yourself in need of teammates to play with, then consider joining my regiment by clicking the link to the Discord in the description below. My commandos are the most active and team play oriented Helldivers in the fleet, and we're always looking for fresh blood with new ideas for working together. But now let's get on with our next combination.
Hi. Hello! It's me!
Fucking weasel, whack a weasel, or whatever it's called.
Our next synergy is a 1-2 punch of the arc thrower paired with a high damage, medium penetration primary weapon. For this one I use the Diligence counter sniper, but the explosive crossbow, eruptor, adjudicator, and jar 5 dominator can all fill this role nicely. The basic idea is to act as crowd control for your team, sweeping the streets clear of voteless by zapping them back to their truly democratic state, while stunning everything else. We want to pair this with a hard-hitting primary weapon to follow up our stun shot with a kill shot. This is a tried and true method of Xenos disposal, being extremely effective against the bots as well, but it really shines against this new faction. Since the voteless will swarm you constantly on higher level squid missions, taking a support weapon that can quickly mop them up while stunning anything bigger is a recipe for success. The arc thrower can even bust through the shields of the harvesters and stun lock them for your squad to focus them down. You can also use the time that they're stunned to blast away their shield generators or hit their weak spots, leaving them naked against the firepower and stratagems of your squad. If the expanded squid roster is anything like the previous Galactic War, we're going to want the ability to stun lock the more elite enemies to prevent them from messing with our Helldivers' minds.
Touchy. I wanna touch you. I wanna touch you. Fuck off, I'm gonna touch you.
That was super deserved.
From this basic synergy of stun and done, we can craft a loadout that further solidifies our role as a crowd control and assault class by adding a few additional tools. The jump pack to help temper the biggest weakness of the arc thrower, that being when things get too close for it to fire easily, by hopping quickly to safety before turning back to deliver the light of liberty to these abominations. And Tesla towers to close off lanes of attack behind us or to our flanks, allowing you enough time for a quick game of red light, green light with the boys.
Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Oh, you moved.
No! Shut up!
Seriously, y'all, this stratagem is nuts against the squids. It fires quickly enough to keep up with the hordes, instantly kills voteless, and can stun lock overseers to death. And since they don't appear to throw their grenades at it, your Tesla tower should stay up pretty much until it runs out of batteries. Every time I've used the Tesla tower, it would rack up at least like 50 kills before eventually going down, or murdering me. This might be because of the nature of these city maps though, with the enemies being forced down tight corridors. But it's hard to deny the utility and firepower of the Tesla Tower stratagem. Just be sure not to throw it in the same direction as your teammates' explosive stratagems, since a stray Eagle airstrike can knock your tower down before it's had a chance to do its work. So use it to block off lanes of attack on your flanks or behind you for maximum effect. Finally, we can add one more tool to make our Tesla Tower, medium pen primary, and arc thrower really shine. And that's the gas effect from either the grenades or the orbital gas strike. If stun locking squids wasn't enough, now we can taser them after pepper spraying them in the face. Gas grenades got a whole lot more useful in the latest update, and they were already good before, since now they have enough demolition force to blow up any kind of enemy spawners. So now you don't gotta worry about bringing something like the eruptor or explosive crossbow if you want to bring these spicy fart clouds. The orbital gas strike can also destroy grounded warp ships if it hits with the actual shell, which is a 380mm shell by the way, lands on the ship. It will destroy it in one shot regardless if the shields are up or not. But pairing the gas effect with stuns from the Tesla Tower will lay any tyrant low. Pair it with the new acclimated armor passive to ensure you don't fall victim to your own weapons while still gaining that benefit against the arc damage of the squid's Tesla Towers and the zappy bit of the harvesters. If you prefer more firepower for down in the big enemies, we could also take something like the 120mm barrage or the 500kg bomb with our arc thrower and jetpack. This would really let us lean into that assault class style of play by fully embracing a hit and run playstyle. Jump into/out of danger and lay down all your firepower and crowd control before quickly jump packing to safety. I really enjoyed this playstyle for handling overseers, since being able to stun them in place from up to 55 meters away, or longer if you can chain it, while still killing hundreds of voteless just felt incredibly satisfying. It also makes your team happy, as long as you watch what's behind your targets, because Freedom Stormcloud don't discriminate, by making their shots a lot easier to land. Trying to snipe out a jump packing overseer while the voteless nibble your toes isn't always easy to do. But when that same squid runs tentacle first into an electric fence, their heads are ripe for the taking.
Everybody look to your left. Everybody look to your right. Everybody shoot in front of you.
Our final synergy is for you generalists out there who like to have an answer to everything rather than specializing in a single role. So for this one, we're going to bring the Bullet Dog, the R63 Diligence, or the new STA-11 SMG, and the Commando. The Commando is a stratagem which often gets overlooked for its bigger brothers, the EAT, Recoilless Rifle, and Quasars. But against the Illuminate, it comes with some definitive advantages over those other weapons. Namely, its ability to one-tap harvesters by shooting them in the hip and carrying 4 shots which can either be spaced out or fired in quick succession, depending on what you need at the time. We're pairing this with the R63 Diligence for clearing crowds and breaking shields, and the Bullet Dog for handling overseers that get too close. This setup is available all through the base Helldivers Mobilized War Bond, or the free goodies that Command just gave us. So if you're a newer Helldiver or returning after a long retirement, this setup gives you everything you need to survive high-level Illuminate missions without dipping into premium war bonds. The R63 Diligence is an incredible primary against the squids. One tapping voteless to the chest or the head, and smacking the ablative armor off the bigger squids in a hurry. It don't do much to harvesters beyond smacking down their shields, but that's why we're pairing it with the Commando. We can quickly smack that shield off and hit him right in the hip with a Commando shot, which, being laser guided, is very easy to hit at close to medium ranges. The STA-11 SMG fills a similar role, but it might be better suited for those that enjoy that run and gun playstyle as opposed to those that like to pick their shots. For stratagems, we can fill this out with whatever we like, since we have an answer to everything covered with the equipment just on our backs. So consider bringing stratagems which will enable your team, like the new FRV, shield relays, or just a whole lot of big booms if that's what your monkey brain demands. Sentries are also worth mentioning. The machine gun sentry and Gatling sentries in particular put in a lot of work against the Illuminate, especially on these city maps. Plus, they can easily be slotted into any loadout that needs some method of locking down an area. So stock up and practice your builds, Helldivers. The squids may be the easiest enemies in the game right now, but with Meridia looking so spooky.
Oh god, oh it's creepy! It's really creepy!
I have a strong feeling we're going to be seeing more of their heavy hitters soon. We have a ton of new tools, but how we use those tools is going to determine how well we can hold back the squids, and how many martyrs are going to get added to the wall. So until next time, this has been Commissar Kai, signing out.
Why am I on fire?
That'll suffice.
Yeah, my lips are really dry, but I'll try.
Have you considered
Lick your lips.
water?
Boy.
Who just told me to lick my lips?
What do you think?
Damn it, wee
I
wee.
will